Lastly, we've got Interwaste Holdings, which is a South African company specialising in waste removal, industrial cleaning and operating landfills. It has a market cap of 444 million rand, a PE of 8.7 and has no dividend yield. So this has been one that's been listed for a long time.
Actually, yeah.
It's still majority or big. The owners still have a big stake in the business and they're very much involved. Alan Wilcox still runs the business. The sort of profit split is very interesting because they run a landfill, which is extremely profitable because, you know, a lot of people are forced to put their waste in this landfill by regulations. And then, of course, they got the waste management business. So the platinum miners, you know, Lafarge, you know, quite a few of these big industrial companies use them for their waste.
Yeah, look, it's actually quite an interesting company. And even though I've never owned shares in it, I've actually been following this for a long time because it is just unusual on our listed market. I mean, it is a micro cap, very, very small capitalization. But the reason why I've been following is I think this actually is a growth industry. You know, we're going to have more and more waste management, and these are very professional guys. They've just replaced their whole fleet of trucks. They've actually done quite well over the years.
And I think quite innovative.
Yes.
They are researching that sort of waste to fuel product. They also do a bit of waste management, I think, for some of the big forestries, and they use that to make compost. So, you know, just the whole recycling theme.
And they do quite well out of compost. Their true growth area is just taking over more and more landfill sites because they're not being professionally managed.
And I think it's expensive to set one of those up. You know, the regulations are pretty tough. You've got to dig holes, put plastic layers.
You've got to know exactly what you're doing, that you don't pollute and when you pollute the environment, and when you look at their growth, you know, every year or every second year they open up a brand new plant somewhere, and they've got many around the country. Little bit neglected by the market. It's not often looked at by you know, simply because it's such a small cap by the big investment houses, but certainly quite an exciting company.
Well, let's have a look at the share price there, and unfortunately not very liquid. It is quite tightly held, trading around 1 rand, reached 150 at one point, but I think on the back of a poor industrial environment in the South African context, they have expanded up into Mozambique. Obviously there's big gas assets there. Hot or not?
I'll actually go hot in this one, but if you don't put all of your money into it. Look, the earnings were up, very good cash flow generation. They say they're cutting back a little bit on expenses. They're trying to manage for the environment they're in, especially as regards their industrial customers. But actually, I quite like this one.
I agree with you. I've also been following it for a while, and I think it's a very exciting business. Lots of potential for innovation. I think the management will do what needs to be done there.